When an eagle swooped down to take a little boy away, his grandparents were surprised and scared. But the reason why this bird acts in this way will shock you. Leon's ancestors once lived in the beautiful mountains of North America. They have spent decades residing near lush meadows, gorgeous mountains, and high cliffs. Leon was born there and has spent many years rearing and herding various animals. Leon's son was married and about to give birth to his first grandson at the moment. Leon shared the same excitement as everyone else because he had never been a grandfather. He is eager to get to know the newest member of his family. Maybe the child will continue to live and work in the area when he grows up, just like his generations. While Leon looked after his flock, he smiled and thought of introducing his grandson to the flock and showing him all the beautiful sights they were going to see. Babies will undoubtedly like to buy and bleed furry sheep. But Leon has been lost in his own world for a long time. Night fell, so he began to put the sheep back into a safe fence. After all, wolves live in the mountains and can easily kill a poor sheep. With the help of his son and his trusted dog, the trio drove the sheep in the direction they needed to go. It is important that they enclose every sheep because they depend on them to help earn income. The impending birth of the kid makes this more crucial than ever. Leon wanted to try something different, though, one day. He spends much of his days doing the same thing over and over again. His meals are also the same. Leon, though, tried the hare one day. When he was younger, he had eaten a small animal that resembled a rabbit, but not recently. So he got out of bed and grabbed up his tools one morning. They started searching for the hare near the mountain's base. Cooking with one of them will be enjoyable and a welcome change. The trek to the foot of the mountain took about half an hour, so he had to get there and return before noon in the morning in order to take care of his flock for the rest of the day. The sun has just risen, but the air has warmed up. To be sure, it will be another sunny and beautiful day, but as he was trekking, Leon heard a strange, unusual sound at the foot of the cliff. He still walked tirelessly through the forest, where he felt at home, and he knew all the roads that people walked in the area and all the animals in the forest. There is a forest stream not far from the hut. It flows out from under the stone. It is cold and delicious. Even if you drink a lot, you still want to continue drinking. Kate was there drinking and resting, and those who came from the village did not know that there was a source here. Only he knew it. A spring that was hard to see in 100 years, and who else could be in this wilderness besides him? It's inaccessible here. It was a voice he could not pinpoint accurately, but something drove him in that direction, towards the bottom of the cliff. Leon's eyes expanded in response to what he saw. It was a stunning, enormous, and majestic eagle. But there was a problem. It cried out in agony. Its wings appeared to be injured. The eagle wanted to flap its wings and take flight as soon as it saw Leon, but it was always on the ground. Leon questioned whether it had hurt its wings in battles with other creatures. He assumed he would never know, but what he did know was that the poor bird needed his care. Leon removed his jacket and tenderly encircled the eagle. It no longer struggles and simply stares at him as though asking for a man's assistance. Leon carried the eagle all the way home. He was amazed at how heavy and huge the birds were. They dive and soar all the way in the sky, and they don't look big. When he got home, Leon ordered his son to take the sheep to the field. Then he took the eagle to a room in his house where he began to wash the injured wing and treat it with medicine, gauze, and bandages. He even brought the eagle some meat to eat, hoping it would keep its strength. Once his work was done and he was satisfied with the eagle's wings, he created a habitat for it and brought it extra food and water during its recovery. Leon didn't want to keep the eagle forever. He just wanted to make sure it was safe and good enough to be put back into the wild. The eagle seemed to understand this and was very grateful to the man for his efforts. But one day the eagle finally recovered and could fly. So all the Leon family gathered outside and watched the beautiful bird soar into the air and fly back to the mountain where it used to be. But this is not the last time Leon will see the eagle. It would visit the house every few days and even sit in the field next to Leon and guard his flock. This is an unlikely friendship, which stems from a kind and simple act. 10 months later, Leon finally had a grandson, a little boy named Tony. He was born in the family mansion and is a strong and beautiful child. One of the most amazing things about birthday is that the eagle greets the baby there. It watched with curiosity as Leon held his baby, then flew away screaming, circling happily in the air. Shortly after Tony was born, the whole family held a big party to celebrate the arrival of the new couple. Not only are all of Leon's family there, but the extended family has embarked on a journey to meet this new excellent member of their family. They brought food and presents, and everyone was chatting happily, eating, drinking, and above all, pooing to the beautiful little baby boy sitting in the crib in the middle of the room. Walking outside for a little fresh air, Leon heard a familiar scream. He knew at once that it was the eagle he had saved. He looked around and saw the eagle swooping down and landing only a few feet away from him. However, it behaved a little strangely, making strange chirps and flapping its huge wings from time to time. Leon frowned, wondering if he wanted to meet the baby. So he went into the room and held Tony. No sooner had he returned outside, however, than the eagle flapped his wings into the air. But as it did, it grabbed Tony's tiny shoulder and took off after him. Leon was startled, and the entire body froze. The eagle is performing what? Why would it be the case? When Leon regained consciousness, he rushed into the house and yelled that the eagle had abducted the infant. Without stopping, they left and started chasing the eagle that was nearby. People worry that the eagle may abandon the youngster. The consequences will be terrible if this occurs. But after the family had been pursuing for less than a minute, there was a loud crash behind them. Turning around, they looked in the direction of the house where they were just now. In front of them, there was a towering cliff which had begun to collapse. Several huge boulders began to fall from the cliff, and several of them smashed into the house and smashed it like paper. The whole family watched in amazement, and just then the eagle came back with Tony, gently laid him on the ground, and then jumped back a few feet so that he could be quickly picked up by his parents. When everyone was running around the baby, watching him and making sure he was all right, Leon walked over to the eagle. The eagle instinctively knew to save the infant since he foresaw the impending landslide. Leon wanted to thank the bird, but he was unable to do so. Perhaps this is how the eagle is honoring Leon's generosity. He would never truly know, but all he knew was that they were all alive today because of the bird, and he would always be thankful for that.